I've never been like, oh, you go through it. Like, I've never ever thought that. I know your problem. Yeah, like you look like what you got. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another episode of Girl Talk. Guys, I don't have one guest, I have two guests today. I have two very special guests and I would like them to introduce themselves.
Hi everyone, my name's Laura.
I'm Philippa.
Do you guys want me to introduce you? Because I was thinking, even when I was like, these guys, both of them basically, just to give a bit of background, we all go to the same church. So you guys are in ministry, you guys are mothers, you guys are wives. What else is there? You guys have friends, like you have careers, like there's a lot, like you guys just said, I'm Laura. Like there's so much going on. I'm Laura.
Actually something else.
No, but do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because people, I even see them, they put in the bio like wife, mom of three. So that's your space.
It's
true. You know what I mean?
It's true.
Guys, okay, should we do the introduction again?
So I'm Laura. I'm a wife.
This is what I want to hear. Yeah.
I'm a mum of one.
Okay.
To my daughter.
Yeah.
And I'm a social worker.
Okay. Amazing. Perfect. I love it.
Okay, I'm Philippa. Wow, I just noticed my break now. Wait, let me not be talking. Right. I'm a wife.
Yep.
A mother of two.
Yeah.
And I'm a primary school teacher.
See?
Lord have mercy.
Primary, like you already have kids, and then anyway, this is guys. This is what we're about to talk about today because I don't know how these ladies do it. Like I've been seeing them at church. I'm like, you guys even came on time before me today. You guys got to church before me, and like you have kids. You have two. You have one.
Yeah.
I don't have no kids. I have no man. I'm not involved in the capacity they are in the church, but they, like you guys seem to have it all together, which is why I wanted them to come on the channel today. So we can just talk about all things motherhood, so we can talk about how you navigated it, and then what else? Just how you balance it all. The friendships, the marriage, the career, wow, the motherhood, everything, guys. So who wants to talk about their journey, like from, like basically, my position to your position. I basically want to know about the journey, like how you got here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I feel it's been a journey,
Right.
100%. Like before, I'm trying to think back to even like just growing up. As I said, I've got 4 brothers.
Yeah.
So I've always been quite close with males, but sometimes, sometimes I just feel it's naturally just easier to have that friendship and maintain it.
Yeah.
And then as life went on, I was told like, you're a girl child, you need to, I couldn't go to my brother's friend's house and things like that. I went to all girls school. That kind of journey,
I went to all girls school as well.
And that was my journey kind of, and I always felt like I just got on better with guys. So when I was at like college, my guy friends, I had a few girlfriends, but not like, many. And then as I got to uni as well, I had male friends, some that were potential, maybe.
It could be.
Maybe. But as time went, it just wasn't clicking, and then people coming into our like Christian Union back then. And lots of the speakers were like, and I met my wife at Christian Union. I'm like, oh, maybe that's my story. I was getting excited, but 2 years went past and it was not happening. So third year, I'm like, I'm just gonna focus on my studies. Just forget about it. I literally just was like, whatever. And then that's when I met my husband. We met, and then within about 3 years, he proposed to me.
Oh my gosh!
And then 5 years, it's like altogether we got married. And then to the date. So if we're going to enter into motherhood. From the date of our wedding, which is the 10th of February. My daughter was born on the 10th of November, so 9 months.
So you guys did not waste no time.
You did not waste no time. On the day that.
We ain't wasting no time.
So that's my journey, and And then another son, and then done.
Yeah. And how old are your children?
So one's 5.
5.
And the other one's 1.5.
Okay, exactly. So quite young still.
Yeah.
Now, Laura, you tell us about you.
So I think for me, I met my now husband. We went to college together.
Oh, okay.
But 2 separate worlds. So I was kind of like, in terms of my faith, I was kind of in the church, but then also like out. I was still like kind of and then so we were just like 2 separate worlds. So I saw him, but I didn't really, never spoke, never had any reason to speak and stuff. And then it was during lockdown that we just started. I was dating this guy before for about a year, and I thought this was it. I was like, I'm gonna marry this guy. You know the ones when you're like writing your like his surname with a love heart. Yes. I think I even had a hashtag.
Already? No. I know how it be. I know how it be. Because I'm already doing that when I start dating the guy. So you don't have to tell me. I know.
So, but then that didn't work out, and then I was just literally in a space where I was just like running my race. I was like literally, I didn't even want a guy. I didn't want a relationship. I was so content, and then this guy came during lockdown, and then I feel like because lockdown, you don't really, everything's shut. Everything was shut at the time. So we spoke so much. So just always talking on the phone, going for walks and stuff. And then, I think we got together in May 2020. Then he proposed February 2022. And then got married October 2022.
Jeez.
Had a baby, had my daughter last year, 2023, Feb.
But can you see what I'm saying, guys? Because it was like COVID. I can still remember COVID. I was still remember, but it's like
fresh.
This is we're 2024. That's 4 years, and that's why I wanted you guys to tell the journey, because I feel like it's been bam. And we need some advice how we're gonna get ready. Because I feel like your life just changes so much once you like get married and have kids. Because obviously after you get married, you know what's coming next. So that's why I wanted you guys to tell me about the journey. What would you say are some of the joys of motherhood, the joys of like balancing everything together? Because I know it can be hard sometimes, but what are like the bits that you enjoy the most?
Should I go?
Yeah, go for it.
I
like how you're like, oh, should I go? It's like, no, I know that. I like it.
I think because obviously you both know my daughter. She's just such a joy.
Oh, okay.
She's always.
She is. Sorry, even at church, everyone just carries her. I never see her cry. Sorry to interrupt. Sorry.
She's so happy. Like, I feel like, obviously, like you said, like with motherhood, there's the challenges. Like, but when I see her smile, laugh, even like when I correct her, and she still comes to like kiss your hug. I'm like, I remember me when I was a child, I was holding it against my parents but for her, like she'll still come for hugs, and like she's so happy. And I think just watching her grow, like she's 18 months, so watching her grow, it's so beautiful. And sometimes I look at her, I'm like, wow, you've really came from me. I really carried you. And so I think just watching her grow, her her development. When I see her with like other children and stuff like that, I'm like, wow, it just brings me so much joy.
This is just motherhood or anything?
It's just like like the whole everything together. Like, what are some of the joys that you feel like balancing it all? Because I know sometimes. I don't want to be negative first. I don't want to be like, what's the challenge? How hard is it? So, let's encourage it. Because you know what I don't like? I feel like some people, when they tell me, they're like, oh my God.
I don't really it was so hard.
I've heard horror stories and I'm like, guys, you guys aren't selling this to me. You're not selling this from the pregnancy to the birth to then now having kids. Someone I have not slept for 3 days. What do you mean? I was there for 3 days. If I don't get my 8 hours sleep, I am grumpy. Oh, God. So that's why you don't get sleep. So that's why I'm like, let's talk about the good bits. I know there's some good bits in there.
There's I must say, there's so much laughter. I would say from even just parenting, like obviously people have to parent different ways. Some people are single parents, but having like a partner, like to bounce off of and to share, like, you know, if you're judging your like parenting skills, maybe discipline, like afterwards saying, was that the bit?
That's so good.
To have those moments like you yourself, you're growing as a person. Like, there's certain things I think I didn't know I could stretch myself to this capacity, to the point where like even small things like eating, I see that there's only maybe this amount of chicken left. And then you just sacrifice that for your child, you know what I mean? I think just knowing that you can see that growth in your nature is one of the joys. Like, I think lockdown as well, going and doing things that I've never done before, I wouldn't be interested in, like going feeding the swans and stuff. I don't even know if you can feed the swans. But we're going to feed, doing things like in nature. I'm not naturally that nature girl, but you just go and discover new things because of like the people in your life. I think that's a joy, doing things that you wouldn't normally do. And just having that time to see other people happy as well. Like see my husband smile, see my children smile, being part of that. It is like something that you can't buy.
Now we've spoken about the good bits. Well, like, how do you actually balance it all? Because you guys are like, we're all like quite similar ages. So it's not like you guys are like same years apart. So you still have the friendships. You still have friends that want to talk to you and see you. You still want to go for brunch. You still. Do you know what I mean? You still want to do things. Then the kids. Then the husband. You need to give him some time and attention. Guys, tell me how you're doing it. Tell me how you're doing it. Because you guys have been doing it so well. So I want you to tell me. Advice for me and then advice for people so they can learn some stuff too.
Let me say.
Why are you shaking your head?
Because it's the word of balance. Like I feel it depends how people see balance. Because for me, I've had to be so kind to myself to understand that. Somebody once said it like it's a pendulum swing. Like you have to just accept that sometimes there are things that are gonna just need more attention. And that to me is what balance looks like. Understanding that. Not necessarily everything's all good at the same time. That's how I've interpreted it.
That's so good.
Really
that's so
it's
good.
Not doesn't mean that. I think good balance is being aware of like what needs that attention at the time, and then leaning towards that and being happy that other things may just get less attention. So I've had to learn that because at the beginning, I'm telling you, like I remember when you were gonna give birth and things, I was telling you about how I feel about like packing the bag, the baby bag, and then forgetting the milk. I used to proper beat myself up about it. Just forgetting something. I feel like I failed. See, I can't even do this. Or like being too tired and I'm like, but I can't cook. And thank God for my husband, because before I used to have this complex thinking that when I'm getting married, I need to be on top of the cooking. Everything needs to be fresh. Everybody likes it. So I need to make sure. Even though there was a time I was working like an hour away from home. And maybe he'd get home before, and I'd be like, when I get home, I need to quickly. But then I think, thank God for his mentality that he's not like, where's my food? Or anything. Because if that day we can't, he's like, let's order. It's not a thing. And I'm like, that just lifts that way. And through that communication, I don't feel that burden per se. Obviously, it's not good to have 3-4 takeouts. But you know, knowing that if I needed to, I was going to look down upon, do you know what I mean? And then with the whole like baby bag situation, prepping, I've had to learn to try and communicate much more. Like, can you help me with this? Can you help me? Can you even just ask me, have you put this in there? Because then it shares the loads. And that helps me to feel like I can actually manage, because there was a time when I thought I just couldn't. But I learned along the way. It's like, actually, I'm not being kind to myself. And so, even in that, and then obviously with marriage, you try to give each other that time and initiate things, be intentional about time for us.
Date night.
And we have that date night. And for the last, obviously we've had young children, so it's not looking the same. Like before, every Wednesday, we'll go cinema. But like, having children, we've said, okay, for this season it may look different, but let's still mark out time. Let's play blackjack. You know what I mean? Let's do things together and carve it out. And there's still areas that we need to work on. Like, we're actually going on a date next week. We're going out, you know. And I feel like it feels like a first date vibe. So we are aware that, okay, yes, we are surviving on home stuff and little things, but let's still go out. Do you know what I mean?
I love this. I even from that, I've taken so much away, because basically, in a nutshell, you're saying marry a good man. you gotta marry a good man. That's gonna really help you a lot. And number two, just accepting some things might not always be the same because you're like, oh my god, we used to go on dates every maybe 2 times a week, but that's not always like there's different seasons. Yes. So that's really good. That's just what I took from it. Do you know what I mean? That was good. That was good, Laura.
Gosh, I feel like I've just learnt so much.
Now I can't even be like, oh, what advice? You're already saying everything now.
Honestly, like I feel like that's also like almost like a weight lifted because obviously I'm a newish mum. So the concept of balancing is still like heavy on me. And I think I've spoken to Philippa about it as well. Like, how do you navigate life in its like working full time? Having a child, looking after, and we just recently moved as well. So navigating the move, navigating church, navigating life, and I feel like it's almost like that burden is lifted. That actually you don't need to balance everything because you can't. Like, because you have so many different parts of your life that are moving, so you just have to work, like prioritize like what needs doing right now. And I think when I first gave birth to my daughter, I was thinking like, oh my gosh, like I don't want to neglect my husband, like I don't want to neglect him, I don't want to, because I find joy in prepping his lunch. Like I love it. I love it. Like,
you're a good wife.
So I find joy doing that. So I was like, so before I used to like make his lunch, put it in the fridge, and I'll put like the fruit on top.
That's so cute.
And then he knows where the crisp, like he can go grab that. But then now I've got a daughter, the lunch gets done. But you can go grab your own fruit. You can go, and that's okay. And I'm being kind to myself because I used to beat myself up as well. Like I need to make sure this is done. If I don't do it, then I'm failing as a mum. I'm failing as a wife. But I feel like you just right now I'm just doing the best that I can, and I'm extending grace. And I think like what Philippa was saying, like with my husband, like he's so encouraging, and he's very much like, okay, I can help you with this, but just because men, you have to communicate with them.
Maybe we should talk about it. Maybe we should like tell the girls that you actually need to ask like for help sometimes. A lot of girls just want to be like, oh, do it, or you can't. That's why I'm learning from this conversation anyways.
It's just like certain things that I'll be like, the nappy needs to be changed, or like she's pooed. Okay.
He's gonna
what are we gonna do about that? But
so funny.
A friend said to me, like, Laura, you need to extend grace on men, because I feel like as women we have that motherly instinct that just comes naturally. Like we've carried our child for 9 months, and there's just things that come naturally to us because we are very much like, what's that word? Like you're maternal. Men, it grows. I've seen it grow. And that's okay. But I think initially we have to just have the mindset that like you're gonna have to ask them. Because they don't be afraid to ask. Don't ask. Don't be afraid to ask, because they don't want to get it wrong as well. They want to do what you need in that moment. They don't want to do it and then it's like, oh no, I haven't done it right, or oh no,
or you have to redo it.
So it's true. I've fully extended grace. It's that whole letting go of control. So I've let go. Even right now, I'm thinking. But I'm gonna leave it.
That's so good. Obviously, you said that you can't balance everything. You can't. There's no way to balance it. But like, what are some things that you do to just help you? Like to just keep it together as much as you can. Because I know some weeks are heavy. Some weeks. I know some weeks are tough. What are some strategies that you put in place?
Right, I feel it's just be aware of how you are feeling. Like, there's times when, for example, we host quite a bit. I'm
always out there. I'm everywhere. I'm always
literally. I didn't know. Like that's an area that I actually had to give to God, because I don't feel like I'm naturally like that. Like having people that you don't know that well in your space.
Yeah.
And I said, you know, God, if you bless us with this home, may it be used for your glory. You know, let me open. And I remember in our old house, much smaller, they needed a space to pray. And I was like, anybody that lives, you know, nearby, and we literally lived opposite your church at the time. And I was like, but I agreed, but my chest, I was thinking what people, everything has to be perfect, for people to think. And from that day, I just felt so blessed by having people come and pray in our home, like just have a space to just pray. And after that, I said, okay, God help me. So with all that, like having people in the house, sometimes we're getting home like, let's say 6, because on that day that people usually come around, we have like meetings after work, things that extend our time. And then I'm trying to hoover up. But as time's gone on, you just say it's okay.
Right.
You know, like you and the children are aware as well that like people are coming, they feel happy and content having people in their home. And it's the way you choose to raise. Because I know there's some people that may choose to just like, my children have to be at bed at 7:30 or something. There has to be that. So maybe you won't see us out at like a prayer meeting. But I think growing up in that environment of being like sleeping on the pews. Right. I grew up in that. Like it's all night prayer. I'm gonna sleep. I'm gonna sleep on the pews. And I feel that's what I want for my children. Not to say they should suffer, but they should know that like this is community. This is what you know, living for God looks like. In terms of just being around family, being around a wider community that wants to honour the Lord. So I think that's how I manage it. That I don't feel like it's one or the other. We're riding this together. The children come along with us when we have meetings and things. You know, you just ride it together and then also make time for rest. So like the last half term that we had, I'm like, we're not doing anything. We're not even really gonna host. We did end up having a few people, but it was we just realised we don't have the capacity right now. Let's just rest, have naps in the day.
I think friendships definitely help. So like sharing how you're feeling. So I'm the kind of person that I need to get it out. Like how I'm feeling, I need to get it out, and once I've spoken about it, I'm fine. So I think talking to people who may have been in who are in like similar situations and asking for advice, like you know, like Philippa's got you know her daughter is 5 years old. So she's got 5 years of parenting. So I'll be like, how are you balancing? What do you do in this situation or in that situation? So that helps me. And also I think one thing I want to start doing is going for walks. So I used to go for walks a lot. I think that helps with like de-stressing and just like having time for yourself. I go badminton. We go badminton.
Thank you for like that.
I know you do tennis, so I don't know what you're
I just wanted to be cheeky.
So I think like having that time just for me, without no husband, without no child, it's just me. That also helps to rest.
That's good. I feel like I want to talk about 2 points that you talked about. So number 1, friendships. Because guys, like I said, I'm always going to keep saying, I'm so single. I ain't got no man and no kids. So, but some of my friends do have kids. So what can a friend who doesn't have kids or a friend who's sick, how can they help? Because obviously we know it can be a lot. And we know like, you know, things are changing. So like, what can we do? Because sometimes I'm like, I actually don't know what to do. I don't know what to help you. And like, a lot of the time when my friends that have babies do have babies or like you know they have kids, they just kind of want to do things on their own or they don't want to invite people around because maybe the house is like not up to scratch or what. So like what can we do? Because I don't know.
That's an interesting question because
that's a good
question. Because it's so dependent like on the person. I feel like for example we're very different. Like Laura, you're more motives. Like you be like, let's go and do this play thing together. And I'll be like, okay. And when I get there, I enjoy it. But it's not really, I feel like the way that I entered motherhood, I was that one that is very much like, I'm just to myself. I wasn't really a huge fan of like the group chats of mothers that share. I don't know. I just feel like, that would make me feel personally. I feel like pressure of, I do it this way and I do it this way. I just feel like I just don't need to. That's just me. But I can appreciate, like, for yourself when you do reach out and you say, you know, come along with me to this. I thought when I end up being it, I'm like, that was actually really good. So I feel like for a friend of mine that doesn't have children on that capacity, I'd say just for me, just check in, and then it'll be nice actually if you set up like, let's go out to have like Costa or something, something like that, so we can still chat, and then you're also there, like my child can see you as auntie. Do you know what I mean? I think that is really nice, but not in an overwhelming way. I think when the pressure is like, we don't go out anymore, or
let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
That's what I was gonna talk about.
Let's talk about it.
That's what I was gonna say.
Let's talk about it.
Honestly, I've had to question some friends like, can I sustain this? Because there's other friends that, thank God for them, where they're like very low maintenance, because I'm low maintenance, so I appreciate, but I've also had to learn that not everybody is, and it's not a bad thing. I think at first I was thinking, you're not low maintenance like me, maybe we need to just wrap this up. But actually it's not fair.
It's not a wrap. This person.
We gotta cut the camera, cut the shit.
I realise that's not fair of me to just accept those who are like me in that capacity. That if others do need a bit more from me, I should be open, but I also knew that at the time I didn't have the capacity to give what they might have wanted. But I think just mutual understanding, seeing how the person like can serve you and you serve them. Friendship is not like for you to say, what can I do for you? I feel I need to also ask, okay, my friend, what can I do for
like
you?
You know, like seasons change though, because you know what I mean. Like you guys, like you need to help more, because I always tell all my friends as well, like use me, because the day I get married. Use me now!
Because what is my own time?
I have free time. Like I babysat the other day and I was like, I told them, I was like, use me. Like actually use me, because when I do get you, I don't want to say you're not going to hear from me again, but you know what I mean? Like it's difficult. Like I don't have the time anymore. So use me to babysit, use me to like, let me come over. Like I will do anything. And some people appreciate that more than like, for instance, gifts for their child. I can easily go to Lakeside and buy a gift and drop it for your child, but no. Maybe me coming over and even helping you tidy up or cook. That's way more. I'm just trying to learn. This is what we're here for.
I think Philippa hit on something. I think the extended grace is definitely a way that people who may not have a child can help. Because I think the pressure, I'm not the same that I was before having a child, so I'm not gonna be available all the time. Even to Shakali, you know, because I think you said, you haven't messaged me.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that's how I am. Guys, that's what I'm learning here now. I'm learning it. I'm having to why have you called me? Like I thought we would speak every day, and now you only call me once every 2 weeks. Like, what do you mean this child? Like, I was important as well. I was
literally that, but I think even that, like, it's like, again, extending grace, like, there's voice notes, I think.
Oh my goodness.
We have like, what, a week, 2 weeks sometimes?
Seriously. Because
it's just the reality of life. Sometimes I pick up my phone and I'm like, I start listening to that voice note, or I start replying back, then something happens. So I think having a friend that extends grace to me really helps. And also, I think a friend who just checks in on how I am. So not how like I am as a wife, not how I am as a mother, but just how I am mentally, how I am when it comes to work. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, also, lastly, I think being a mum, when I see like how people interact with my daughter, that, I don't know, like it sparks something in me. And it's like, I don't know, because I feel like you'll do it like the way that you are with her is how you are with me. Do you know what I mean? Like, it does touch my heart. So I think, it's just seeing how you are as a friend to my daughter, because she's from me. Do you know what I mean?
So if you love me, you love her. And I told you, I'm just learning, and I guess we are all learning. So now we've touched on friendships. Like, what about like self-care? Because you guys, let's be honest, you guys look good. I know your nails missing. I know your nails broke. No, but guys, I've never ever seen you looking like, oh my. You look like what you got. No. I've never ever seen you guys look like that. Every Sunday, guys. Anytime I see you, like even when we come to your house and it's just like, I never think, like Philippa, you look you guys, and your nails are done, like your makeup is done, like your hair gets done. So like, let's talk about self-care. Like how do you, and self-care, to be fair, I'm not gonna just say, it's not just like makeup and hair stuff, it's also just like rest. How do you incorporate that into everything else as well?
To be fair, thank God from a young age I learned to do my own hair.
Oh yeah, you said about this the other day.
Yeah, it might have been a bit different story if I had to be now coughing up money.
Yeah,
you know?
or even going, right?
Yeah. At least now, put the children to bed and that night, series and just do my hair. Like when they're gone. In terms of other things, I've had to make some choices. There's a time when I was hot on, if we're talking about like the lashes and stuff like that, I was hot on it, so I'll be like, okay, for this time, I may not do my nails, but the lashes gonna get done. And then the next time, my nails, but then maybe it's not season for lashes, do you know what I mean? And then in other ways to just take that time, like even doing facials. Like this year, to be fair, I'm quite sensitive with my skin. So then I've just grown up just using cotton wool and water. Seriously.
She lucky.
I've just been doing that. And then only of recent, I thought, okay, let me actually try. Because they say, you know, as you're getting older, try to do stuff to your skin. So I've tried little things here and there, and I think I get given that space. Like I try to just, once you go in the bathroom, it's like a safe space. No one will open the door.
It's true.
And you have that time, you know. And so that's something I've tried to be on top of. Like doing facials, giving myself that space.
Yeah, that's good.
Another self-care for me is being creative, making music.
Oh, yes.
That's my time. And I feel so good when I do it. So it's not, with 2 children it's a bit different, but I feel when they get a bit older, it will come back in a flow. But usually I use my holidays, like out of term time from school, to try and get a session in because I feel it makes me. That's like self-care.
That's good. I love that.
I love it.
So you're still like, just because you have kids doesn't mean you have to abandon your passions, your interests. Because
come on,
that's enough. I can be here all day. That's another thing as well. I'm not saying all, but I've seen some women like lose themselves, and not in terms of just looks, but like, you used to love doing this thing, and now you're not doing it anymore. Like, I know your kids, but I don't know. I don't want to give advice and be like, oh, don't make them your everything, because they are your everything, but let me just get because I'll be like, you don't know, like, I don't want anyone to come for me. You want, how will you know? You don't have no kids. Okay, no. Thank you so much. I'm gonna let you talk.
Oh my days. Okay, I feel like when I had my daughter, I made sure that I got what did I get? Dreads.
Oh,
so I had faux locks. Yes, I had faux locks because I said at least that way my hair will be done for X amount of weeks. So I had that and I maintained it. But I can't lie, like I think after like maybe when she turned 1 month old till maybe, I don't know, maybe like 3 or 4 months, I didn't have the time to look. I felt like I didn't have the time to really look after myself, like to go to the salon, like to get my hair done or to get my nails done and stuff. So I was just kind of like looking bummy. But then I think I started thinking about my husband. I was like, I don't want him to start. I wanted to look at him. Sometimes I see him, I'm like, I hope he's still finding attractive. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm like, I still want to be attractive, and not just for him, but also for myself. Because when I look good, I feel good. Like when I take a picture, I want to be like, oh, look at you. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Like I don't want to. So I do prioritize that. I do prioritize like looking decent for myself. Do you know what I mean? So I will like take the time on a Sunday morning to do my makeup. And you know, you have to go. My husband has to look after him. Look after her. Sorry. So yeah, sometimes I get my nails done. I try to be consistent with that, but maybe it's not right now. But
it's okay. Give yourself grace. That's it. It can't be all the time. And then going on holidays as well. So like having the time. Like so, one thing that we've done is that every year we want to go away without our daughter. That's self-care in itself. Let me sleep
all night.
Yeah.
I wake up whatever time I want. Do you know what I mean? Because if the reality is that it's not always like that when you are working and stuff. So yes, we try to like go on holidays and stuff.
That's good.
I remember at my baby shower, like I was trying to glean all I could from the other mums. And I'm like, but how? But how?
Yeah.
Even though they're saying it, but how? But when you're in it,
it all just comes.
You have no choice.
Because you know your mum, she'll be like, I'm so tired. But then in the morning, she'll be the first one up again. I'm like, I thought you was tired, but things have to get done. If they don't get done, okay, guys.
Even like this morning, I got up so tired, got breakfast.
I'm sorry.
No, that's a normal Saturday.
Anyways,
it's like, you have no choice, you just do it. And God gives you the strength. The strength comes from nowhere. Like you're just like, how in my own physical, I can't do
that's
it. That's
good.
Yeah,
that's some good stuff, guys.
Where
we've had a good chat.
I know, right?
We've had a good chat, guys. And just to round up quickly, what would you say your advice would be, like the mothers? I know so many mothers are gonna watch this. Guys, and you should watch it because this is a good episode. I even got not one but two get you. Hey. Anyways, guys, advice you're gonna give the mothers, new mothers that are still going through it. Like, what is your advice to balance it all? The friendships, the career, the marriage, everything.
I think one thing I wanted to just talk on just quickly about friendship, but this could be an advice as well, is that I think with friendships, with every season that you go through in life, whether it's you're getting married, when you're having a child, sometimes you have friendships in that season, or for a season, and that's okay. Like, so don't, because I think sometimes you can look at your own self and think, oh, if I've done something wrong or whatever, but actually, like, it's okay to just, that season is done with that friends and stuff, and so just extending grace with that area. But also I think it's like, for me, what I would advise someone is speaking over yourself as a mum. So telling yourself that you're doing a great job, that you don't have to have everything all together. You can lean on your friends who want to be there for you, lean on your husband, and also, like, you know, you're doing a great job essentially.
I would say, like, be kind to yourself.
Everyone always says this as well, you know.
Seriously. Like, I know it can spread across any area. Basically, just be aware of where you're at, what's impacting you. Be kind to yourself, be honest with yourself, and have those check-ins. Because there's times where things, if you hold it down, one day you just be crying, you don't even know why you're crying. Do you know what I mean?
Have you seen that?
It's happened to me on a few occasions, you know what I mean? And then you realise, when you unpick it, you're like, oh, you just were riding through some things. So just allow yourself, if you do have the spouse in your life, like, share, be open, and make time for enjoyment, and also checking on your growth. Like, ask yourself, like, oh, how did I get, or like, last time this happened, how did I manage it next time? You can see that you've progressed, so you're not always just hammering yourself down for every mistake. Actually celebrate the wins. You know what I mean? That's what I would say. That covers the motherhood, that covers the friendship, it covers everything. So
no, you guys are doing so good. Like, when it's my birthday, my aunties, my uncles will be saying congratulations to my mum and my dad, and I'll be like, why are you saying congratulations to them on my birthday? But guys, do you know what? I understand now, because to have kept a child and, like, you know, raise them and just so it's like, well done, you guys. Clap, let's clap now. I took so many key bits, and one thing about this video, I'm gonna watch it again when it's my time. I'm gonna watch it again and again, like, so many good gems. But guys, I hope that you guys enjoyed watching today. I hope that you like everything that we spoke about. If you have anything to add, put it in the comments down below. If you have any questions, I'm sure Laura Philippa will be, they'll be happy to help. But yeah, don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye. The like, comment, and subscribe. I know you're watching my video. I'll be watching. Bye, guys.